Hello, Year 9. It's Dr. Tulchinova here, and I want to help you with your homework on revision of straight line equations and graphs. So on the question 1, on the grid, you need to draw the line with equation y equals 2x minus 1. As you can see, there is a no table of values, like in example 2. It means that we are going to use the equation to draw the graph. So from the equation, you can see that the y-intercept of this line is minus 1, 0, minus 1. The y-intercept is the point on the y-axis where a straight line crosses the y-axis. If a line is not parallel to the y-axis, then there will be a point where a line will cross the y-axis. All right, at that point, the x coordinate of that point is going to be 0. So when x is 0, 2 times 0 is 0, y is going to be minus 1. So from the equation, you can see straight away that the y-intercept is 0 minus 1. So we find minus 1 here in the middle of the first interval, because as you see on the scales, it goes from 0 straight to minus 2, so minus 1 is halfway through. And then we are going to use the gradient 2. So it means that for every one across, we have to climb up twice 2 units. So 1 across, 2 units up, 1 across, 2 units up, 1 across, 2 units up, and 1 across, 2 units up, and so on. So 1 across, 2 units down, 1 across, 2 units down, 1 across, 2 units down, and now we are going to draw the line. Okay, and let's label the line. Labeling the line means you need just to write the equation of the line above the line. That's it. So that's how we drew the line with equation y equals 2x minus 1 without a table of values, using the y-intercept and the gradient. In the next equation, we need to use the equation, not just the equation, but we need to use the table of values, because that was the task. They ask you to complete the table of values for x plus 2y equals 1. So for that, we will do some calculations that you need to show in your exercise book. All right, so somewhere in your exercise book, you need to show those. So when x is minus 2 plus 2y equals 1. So to solve this, I will add 2 to each side of the equation. On both sides of the equal sign, you see, minus 2 plus 2 means 0. 2y equals 1 plus 2 is 3. So therefore y equals 1.5. So therefore here we have 1.5. Make sure that you left all your calculations. Don't show me just copied answers, all right? When x is 0, can you see x is 0? If you substitute 0 into the equation, you get 2y equals 1. So y equals half. So let's write half in this table of values. And then finally, when x equals, not finally, it's not finally, when x equals 1, we'll substitute x equals 1 into the equation. We'll get 1 plus 2y equals 1. And let's now solve it. So if I'll subtract 1 from each side of the equation, I will get 2y on the left side, right? And on the right side, I will have 1 minus 1 is 0. So if I divide by 2, 0 divided by 2 is 0, so that is 0. And let's do x equals 2. 2 plus 2y equals 1. So let's take away 2 from each side of the equation. We're getting 2y equals negative 1. So divided by 2 minus 0.5. Minus 0.5. All is left is just plot these points. All right, minus 2. Okay, minus 2, 1.5. Okay, 1.5, that is 2, that is 1. 1.5 will be somewhere in the middle, right? So minus 2, 1.5 somewhere here, that is 1, 1.5 in the middle here. Then minus 1, 1. Then 0, 0.5 somewhere here. When x is 1, it's y is 0. When x is 1, no, when x is 2, it's minus 0.5. So if that is minus 1, then half of it minus 0.5. And we need just to draw the line. Oh, actually, I see that they actually didn't ask us to draw the line. That's fine if we have done. Let's label the line x plus 2y equals 1. And then here they say draw the line with equation x plus y equals 2. You can make table of values, or you can rearrange the equation and to use the gradient and the y-intercept to draw this equation. If I will take x to the other side, or I will subtract x from each side, I'm going to get negative x on the left, on the right, plus 2, right? So look, x plus y equals 2. Take away x from each side, you will get y on the left and 2 minus x on the right. If I will rewrite them in the form mx plus c, so minus x will be first, plus 2 second, okay? Or you can prepare table of values if you wish, so x and y, and say, let's pick up minus 4 for x. If x is minus 4, then y will have to be 6, right? Because if you add these two together, you should get 2. If x is minus 2, you will get minus 2 and 4, because you need to have two values, all right? So if x is 0, y will be 2, and if x is 2, y will be 0, and if x will be 4, y will be minus 2. Easy, right? So again, you can use only the equation, starting from 2, have gradient minus 1, or you can just simply plot the points, say 0, 2, 2, 0, 2, 0, 4 minus 2, 4 minus 2, here, all right, here, 2 is 0, 0, 2, and minus 2, 4, here, and minus 4, 6, right? Right, 6 here. 2, 4, 6, yeah, that's right. And so now we'll draw the line. Something wrong here with, because it's as far as I see, because I can't see clearly these numbers minus 2 and 4. That's right. Oh, that is minus 3, so it should be at minus 4, 6, right? Minus 4, 6. This point is wrong. Minus 4, 6. Now it is correct. Okay, and the equation of this line is x plus y equals 2. All right, another drawing here is y equals minus half x plus 1. We don't need to draw a table of values, so therefore when x equals 0, y equals 1. So y equals 1 here. And the gradient is minus half. It means if we are moving 1 across, we need to move down by half. 1 across, half down. 1 across, half down. Or we can say 2 across and 1 down, okay? That is the same. 1 across, half down, or 2 across, 1 down. So can you see 2 across, 1 down, 2 across, 1 down, 2 across, 1 up, okay? 2 cross 1 up, and that's the line. That's the line as far as I may see. You can check minus when x is -4, -4 times -½ will be +2. Okay. 2 plus 1. I think I'm rushed a little bit. Sorry for this. So 1 across, half up. I think because the scale is so inconvenient here, I think you would agree, because the interval goes from 0 to 2, but you need actually ones, right? So 1 across, half up. 1 across, half up. That's correct. 1 across, half up. Oh, that's where the point is going to be at 3, right? Okay. So now the line is done. As you see, all the points are very lovely aligned on the same line. So we have done everything correctly now. -½ x plus 1 labeled. Okay, and the next one, draw the graph y equals 4x minus 2. Finally, a good one. So we need to use the y-intercept -2 and the gradient 4. So when I'm moving 1 across, I need to move 4 up. As you see, vertically, one interval is for 2 units, so 4 up means 2 squares. So 1 across, 4 up, 1 across, 4 up, 1 across, 4 up, 1 across, 4 down. Okay, 1 across, 4 down, I think, here, 1 across, 4 down. All right, and that's our graph. So watch out the scales. On this axis, the scales are very different. I hope you noticed. Alright, so watch out. Horizontally, you have 2 intervals for 1 unit, when vertically you have 2 units for 1 interval, so just quite different, right? For x minus 2. Alright, next one, we need to complete the table of values, and then we need to draw the same graph. So when x is -2, 3 times -2 is -6. So we need to make calculations, right? Okay. 3 times -2 when x is -2 will be -6 plus 2, y equals 6. If I add 6 to each side, I'm going to get 2y equals 12. So y equals 6 then. So that is 6. When x is 1, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2y equals 6. Let's take away 3 from each side. Okay, and we're getting 2y equals 3, so y will be 1.5. 1.5. When x is 2, you have 3 times 2, 6, plus 2y equals 6. Take away 6, 2y will be equal to 0, and divide by 2 will be 0. Okay, we've got all the points now. We are ready to plot them. Okay, -2 is here, and 6 is there. -1 and 4.5. All right, if that is 5, then 4.5 somewhere here. Right, -1 and 4.5 somewhere here. All right, when x is 0, y is 3. So where is 3 is here. And when x is 1, it's 1.5. So if that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So okay, that is where 1 is. So 1.5 is in the middle somewhere here. Here. When x is 2, y is 0. When x is 3, it's -1.5. So now all the points done. If we plotted them correctly, then they all will form a straight line. So there will be no problem for us to join them all together with one straight line. And then we will label 3x plus 2y equals 6. Okay? Now we come to questions 5 and 6. Question 5 and 6 are easy to do. I will be writing on the piece of paper, and you should write your solutions in your exercise book. For question 5. Okay. We need to decide and put a tick across to determine whether each of the following points are on the line with the given equation. So if this point, 3 minus 2, is on this line, y equals 1 minus x, then when I substitute x equals 3 into this equation, then my y will have to be minus 2. So let's check. Y equals 1 minus, my x is 3, so I substitute 3, I'm getting 1 minus 3 minus 2. Is my y minus 2? Yes. So that is for yes, right? Okay. Let's do this one. 1, 2. X is 1, right? So y will be 1 minus my x now. So every time now, instead of my x, I will be substituting these values of x's, right? 3, 1, 2, minus 1. And then I will see what the value of y I'm going to get. 1 minus that x, and see whether the value of y is the same as this point. If it is the same, then this point belongs to this line. This point is good. These values of x and y satisfy to this equation. All right, if not, then the point is not on the line. Okay, so if x is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So if x is 1 for this line, when x is 1, your y will have to be 0, right? But you have here 2. So therefore this point can't be, the point 1, 2 can't be on the line. All right, okay, let's substitute x equals 2. 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So that is not what you've got for y here. So this point is also not on this line. If x is a minus 1, 1 minus minus 1, when you subtract negative 1, you add this 1, so you get in y equals 2. That is exactly what you have. So the point minus 1, 2 makes this equation true. So therefore this point belongs to this line. Let's decide the same things for our second equation, x plus 2y equals 3. All right, when x is 3, so 3 plus 2y equals 3. So if look at this equation, all right? You don't need to really even to solve it. If 3 plus 2y equals 3, then this bit will have to be 0, and it means that y will have to be 0. That's not what you have, right? Here, y will have to be 0 when you have for this point minus 2. So definitely this point doesn't make this equation true. So therefore, this point 3 minus 2 doesn't belong. The point 3, 0 belongs to our line, not 3 minus 2. Okay, when x is 1, 1 plus 2y equals 3. If I subtract 1 from each side of the equation, I'm getting 2y equals 2, so y equals 1. So the point 1, 1 belongs to the line. You have 1, 2. So therefore, it also, this point 1, 2 doesn't belong to the line, okay? All right, let's look at now at the next point. Okay, if x is 2, so we have 2 plus 2y equals 3. Because our equation is x plus 2y equals 3, I replaced x with the value of x here for the point, which is 2. So now take away 2 from each side, you get 2y equals 1. Because take away 2 from here, you are left with 2y. Take away 2 from 3, you get with 1. You divide by 2, you get 0.5. So is it 0.5? Yeah, it is 0.5, right? Half is the same as 0.5, so this point belongs to the line. Let's substitute x minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2y equals 3. Let's add 1 to each side to cancel negative 1. So we have in 2y equals 4, so y equals 2. Is it 2, y equals 2? Yeah. So this point belongs to the line. Leave all calculations in your book, okay? All right, now we need to solve question 6. For this question, we need to decide whether the point is above the line, on the line, or below the line. They have here and here. Find out first what y is on the line for the given x. Okay, so for the given x, when x is 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13. So for when x is 3, then the point on the line will have coordinates 3, 14. All right, so you have 3, 11. 3, 11 is the point below this line. So look what I mean. All right, here's the line y equals 3x plus 4. Somewhere here, that will be a line y equals 3x plus 4. We know the y-intercept will be 4, right? This point with coordinates 3, for example, here, all right, this point when x equals 3 will have y will equal to, I think 13 actually. 13, sorry for that. I think 9 plus 4 is 13, right? So this point is 3, 13. This point belongs to the line. The point that is in question is 3, 11. Can you see 11 is below 13? So therefore this point is below the line. All right, that's how we decide. So what do we do now? We substitute these values of x into the equation. X equals 7. Y will have to be equal to minus 2. 7 and minus 2 makes it 5. So this point is actually on the line because it makes statement true. The next point, x minus 3. 3 minus 2 times minus 3. So y equals 3 minus 2. And instead of x, I will substitute negative 3. Okay, so what is the y then? 3, negative 2 times negative 3 will be positive 6, so y will have to be 9. Okay, so we've got for our we've got minus 3, 9, right? Minus 3, 9 is the point which is minus 3, 9 is the point which is on the line. Minus 3, 10 is above this point, right? Because 10 is bigger than 9. So therefore, that is above the line. Okay. And then the next one is 2x plus 3y equals 4. So let's substitute x. 2 times 3 over 4 plus 3y equals 4. This is a bit tricky question, right? So when you multiply a fraction by a number, you multiply only in the numerator because this whole number can be written as 2 over 1. And when you multiply fractions, you multiply the numerators, right? And the denominators. So you get 6 over 4 plus 3y equals 4. 6 over 4 is the same as 3 over 2, which is the same as 1.5. So I'm taking away 1.5 from 4. 3y is equal to 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 minus half is 2.5. And now I'm dividing by 3, right? But you can see this question is written for fraction. So let's turn our 2.5 into fraction. For example, 5 over 2. 5 over 2 is the same as 2.5. And let's divide by 3. When we divide by 3, right? When we divide 5 over 2, divide by 3. When we divide, right, we turn the fraction up, we change division into multiplication, and we turn the fraction upside down, so we multiply by reciprocal, so we get 5 over 6. Or you can just simply divide 5 over 2 by 3, you will get bigger denominator, so 5 over 6. So when x is 3 over 4, your y will have to be 5 over 6. Compare with what we've got. 5 over 6 compare with 4/5 was 4/5 for the y. Which one is bigger? I believe this one is bigger because this one is just 1/6 of 1 and this is 1/5 of 1. So this one is bigger, right? So therefore, our point is above, the point on the line is above, so this point is below the line. Why? Because 4/5 is lower than 5/6, and 5/6 is the y coordinate of the point with the x 3/4. Okay, so now killer questions, right? The equation of a line is ax plus by equals c. If the x value of some point on the line is d, what is the full coordinate of the point in terms of a, b, c, and d? Okay, let's find out. So we know that x equals d, they said. If the x value of some point on the line is d, what is the full coordinate of the point in terms of a, b, c, d? Let's substitute d instead of x. So we'll have a times d, because instead of x we have d, plus by equals c. So let's take away ad from each side. All right, and so on the left side we will have only by. Here we'll have c minus ad. Do you agree? So what we have done, we subtracted ad from each side. Yeah. And now we'll divide by b. So we'll divide by b. So we'll get c minus ad divide by b. Okay, so our coordinates will be, the x will be d, but the y will be c minus ad divided by b. That's all. Okay. Let's do the next killer question. What is the area of the region enclosed between the line with the equation 2x plus 7y equals 3, the x-axis and the y-axis, all right? So let's just simply think about this, okay? If that is the x-axis, that is the y-axis, and let's sketch this line 2x plus 7y equals 3, all right? When x equals, say, 3, all right, let's just simply draw the line 2x plus 7y equals 3. So if x is 0, then y will be, if x is 0, 2 times 0 will be 0. So 7y will be equal to 3, y will be 3/7 when x equals 0. So this point here will be 3/7. Yeah. And when y is 0, then 7 times 0 will be 0, so it will be 2x equals 3, so x will be 1.5 when y equals 0. I just picked up, most convenient, 2 points from this line, 2x plus 7y equals 3. First point had x equals 0. All right, when x equals 0, this term disappears, and I only have 7y equals 3, so y will be 3/7. All right, and the next convenient point is when y equals 0. So 7 times 0 is 0, so this term is killed now. So 2x will be equal to 3, so x will be 1.5. All right, so 1.5 here. All right, so we need now to think about region that is enclosed between the line 2x plus 7y equals 3, that is this line, then the y-axis and the x-axis. So basically we are talking about this triangle. To find the area of this triangle, we need to multiply base by height and divide by 2. So I will write 1.5 as 3/2, just simply because this number is a fraction. So I would like this number to be a fraction as well. So 3/7 times 3/2. So I'm multiplying base by perpendicular height. I will get my answer here first, and then I will divide this answer by 2, because that's the area. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9, 7 times 2 is 14, and if you divide by 2, you increase the denominator, so it will be 9/28. That's the area, 9/28 units squared. That is the end of the homework, together with the killer questions. I hope it helped you. Thank you very much for watching. See you in class.